And here's another dream video. Since I ended up having a dream, and I just happen to know that a few things happened in it, but let's just see how many of them I can talk about today. Unfortunately, I don't remember some of it, and of course, you know my mind's gonna mess with things. I shouldn't even have to bring that up, because it always does. Anyways, I think that maybe two things happened at the end of the dream. Okay, really 3 of them. Interestingly, they're all related to toys. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing. But let's just get a certain toy out. So the candy rod this time. But strangely, I don't see it. Let's get that. Someone who's probably been on the internet probably knows about those, you know, the Chinese bootlegs of things. Well, one of them appeared in my dream. I think that the sound whisk appeared from KiraKira. Yeah, this microphone whisk thing appeared in my dream, except whenever I would push its button, at least I think it did, I don't know if it had extra buttons, but when I would end up pushing its button, it would make some phone sound, and totally sound like something an actual bootleg toy would do. I was thinking in my mind it would start playing, you know, Butterfly, that Small.dk song. I think I was gonna play it, but I didn't push it again to see if that song would start playing out of nowhere. That really is what bootlegs do. They play that song, even if it's a legitimate one. That's just the first one, though. I think another toy I had was one of those toy keyboards. I keep recalling that it was probably also like a sort of bootleg thing. I mean, I think it was still a China thing, not a Japan thing, not to mix them up, because the sound whisk, that seems strange. From what I can recall, some things that I keep thinking when I see the real one, it looks similar. So it must be a very similar design. Wow, if they can make something as high quality as Bandai and still make it a bootleg, that's strange. I keep thinking it had more purposes, like maybe it lit up or something for all I know. I think it also did that. So they added even more different things. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would light up if it had batteries, but I mean, I think it literally lit up the room. No toy light could be that bright. But back to that keyboard. It wasn't strange as in low quality. I was expecting those certain instruments, you know what I'm talking about. Those toy keyboards where most of them seemingly are based on the same instruments. So you hear like the same 8 instrument samples. Not talking about ones like the Casio keyboards or anything, even though a lot of them are also kind of similar there. But I'm referring to those one instrument. There was like this certain vibe instrument, this certain organ instrument, and then there's this one instrument that goes blah, 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 blah. Like it makes this really quick sound. Keep thinking mandolin or something, and it goes blah, 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 blah. It like does that. But if you ever find said instrument on any higher end keyboard, it would just go it wouldn't do that thing. That sound it does where it like constantly repeats its notes. Yeah, hopefully you know what I'm talking about, because I wouldn't have a circuit bent toy keyboard video on hand to show you that. Sort of like what Angel Island's own Act 2 does in Sonic 3, where it sort of makes lots of really quick notes. Except it's like if those notes faded out. Here it is. It's like that's what the toy keyboard's going to do, so it's expecting it to go. But no, that instrument did not show up straight, because my mind knows how weird that instrument is. I haven't heard an instrument on a keyboard like the Yamaha PS413 that would do. And I don't know any way to make it do that. Tell it, oh, repeat that note so I don't have to keep pushing the note really fast. But it actually had some strange samples, like, of course I'd be able to remember them all originally, but now I can't. I know that the third one I pushed had a button that said conversation, and strangely the conversation, it was like this weird applause sound. It was like, and I was like, what kind of sound is that? And like, it's almost as weird as having an applause instrument on a higher end keyboard. It's like, what's the point of having an applause instrument? I mean, it makes sense to have it in the percussion instrument like they usually do at the very end of it, yes, because the general MIDI standard, but why do you have an applause instrument that can play the applause really low pitched and high pitched? Because that's what this keyboard did too. It's strange. But I think when I reached the fourth instrument, it was a piano. I would have expected the piano instrument to be the first instrument, not the fourth one out of the 5 buttons I could push. I wasn't able to mess with anything else because I think in my mind I was worried because I was like, this is a toy, no, I only like to play on higher end keyboards like the Yamaha PS413, but for the record, this keyboard was not a Yamaha keyboard. I know there are those, even though they don't glitch as hilariously as Casio keyboards do, where they make reverse drum samples and weird sounding music when it's glitched. But it was some other type of keyboard. But it's still strange, because like, why are there only 5 instrument things? And of course it's unfortunate I was so thrown off by it, or else I probably would have tried it out a bit more and actually tried to play a song. I don't know what song I was planning on playing. It was one of the songs I made, but I don't know if it was one that I just made up in the dream and doesn't really exist by me. Or if it's just another song that I made. I keep thinking songs like the ones from Mary's Magical Adventure. Ones that randomly jump to mind, not sure if they're even related or not. But there are songs like Shipwrecked and Snowstorm, but I do not know if any of those were the ones I was going to play with it. Snowstorm doesn't seem as familiar, but I'm not really sure how I would play Shipwrecked, so it almost doesn't seem as familiar, but I don't know what other song would be in that dream. That's the problem with dreams and songs. You never know if one is going to be one that you don't actually have in real life. Well, you haven't even heard of him appearing in a dream, but basically I have this brother, but I like to call him Blub Blub. I think he showed up in this dream. He's like really young, since I haven't really seen him in person at all due to bad events in the past. Me and Mom know about those events, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to hear about him in this video. I'll just say there's this mean guy involved. I'll give you a hint. Michael Kill. That's why I brought up in another video, so that'll be a hint to you. So then, Blub Blub appeared in the dream, I think, and he was running around, I think he was like running around in some bed, yeah, I think that like Mon must have had a bed or something, and he was underneath it. I don't think it was a tent or something, unless it's designed to be like it. Maybe it was like that bed in that older house I brought up in the previous dream, not the previous dream, but like the one with the bugs. That dream, the one that I jumped down without waking up somehow. I think he was underneath something similar to that. And I don't know if he had his own type of keyboard, but whenever a mob would come out, I think that I like went into a bathroom or something in a house that was similar to, I keep thinking the Evans Farm Lane house, the one with 2 stories, the one where the green screen videos were made. The Xane module video and all those, they were made in that 2-story house. Because I keep thinking of like where the bathroom was and how I stepped out. Don't know if it was the house, I think it was a different one, but it definitely had a similar bathroom. Like the bathroom was like off to the side of this like bigger room. It was in the corner of the room, I think. Whenever I would go in there, all of a sudden I would hear Blub Blub come into the room, and he would start playing on that keyboard that I brought up that was sitting out there. But after a bit, I think she told him to stop, and he left. And then I came out, and then that's when those other events happened. I tried finding out the instruments. I wouldn't find out the instrument that's on so many toy keyboards was not there. Still, not really much to bring up this time around, but just wanted to mention those things. Actually, there's also one thing that I end up remembering. Let's bring up the desktop. So then, yes, this is my current wallpaper. Some girl who plays something that looks like a tuba, but isn't a tuba. It has a different name. But yeah, she plays that. She's cute. It still looks really ordinary with that brown hair that a lot of the background characters in Pretty Cure have. Kind of strange. As was told me, their hair color is usually not brown, so that's another inaccuracy, along with their eyes, their pointy noses, and mouths with weird gaps in the middle. But it's just me. Do you see this thing? Well, basically at one point I think there was some game being played, but somehow it had windows in it. And I think at the bottom left corner of the screen there was, I think it was similar to the search thing, but like Windows Explorer / File Explorer. Yeah, they gave it a different name in Windows 10. Kind of confusing, but it's not as confusing as the apps thing. Still, I think that it would bring up like this interface, and I would start in the root folder of a drive, but there were some folders, and the folders had custom icons, as folders can have in Windows. Thankfully, they haven't removed that yet. They removed the ability to choose your own colors and revert them to white if you change them. It's really stupid. There should be a way to disable that. I like my Windows being color blue, not eye-searing white. I digress. That's Microsoft's problem. But anyways, you'd start in the root of a drive, and whenever you'd select a folder with a custom icon, I think it had some weird pig head or something. It was really strange. As soon as you went into it, the icon would appear down here. Normally it was some transparent icon, but the custom icon would appear where the Cortana icon was, I think, or the Windows button. I don't know. I keep thinking the Cortana button, not that, but the circle that represents her. I say that because Halo has, there's a girl and she's named that. But still, it would appear down there in the search thing, except it would look really weird because it wouldn't have the proper transparency. I don't mean it would have sharp edges. I mean that it would actually just look strange. It's hard to describe. It would be slightly transparent or